you in today's video, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the case of A'lexas Patino. I'm so sorry. I know I'm saying her last name wrong, but I just don't, I can't say it right, but it's like Patio, we're just going to say it like that, sorry. Now this case has like barely any coverage. It's a very small case, like the police didn't really do that much about the case, or there's no one guilty or anything. So, I feel like she deserves justice. I'm gonna be having pictures on the side, on one of these sides, images and stuff. So yeah, but she was described. A'lexas was described as a very nice, caring, smart girl. She had honors classes and everything. She was very smart. She was always in after school activities. She was on the varsity cheerleading squad and all that stuff. So she was very active, smart, sweet. Everybody loved her. And you know how like you meet those people who just make you feel like you knew them for years and you only knew them for like a couple of minutes, like because they're just so welcoming and relaxed and laid back and all that stuff. That's how A'lexas was described to be. She had three other sisters. One, well, I'm not sure how old they were at the time whenever A'lexas passed, but now one of her sisters is 9. No, one of her sisters is 10. I'm so sorry. One of them is 10, one of them is 19, and one of them is 17. And she grew up with her mom. Her mom had her at a very young age, so they basically grew up together. They looked so much alike. Like they looked so much alike. It's crazy. That was literally her twin, and they were beautiful. Well, her sisters are beautiful, and A'lexas was beautiful. She was so beautiful. She could literally be a model, I swear. Um, she was 23 years old at the time that she passed, and her family, they were one of those families that are like this, like they're extremely close to each other, um, like extremely close. She was gonna get accepted into college. She had got accepted into a college. She was working at, as soon as she got out of high school, she started working at a Starbucks. And then 2 weeks prior to her passing, she was working at a elementary school. She wasn't like a teacher. She was just there after school for like she did stuff after school, so she still kept her Starbucks job. So she had two jobs, and her family was very close. She lived with her mom even though she was 23, which is fine. Um, and her two sisters. She was so nice. Her sisters said that some of their best memories like was okay. So her 17-year-old sister said that one of her best memories was with A'lexas was that her sister would act like she was sick, like fake being sick, and then her and A'lexas would take her to Starbucks and they go out to eat. That's just so sweet. Like, is her family's very sad about this. They deserve justice. Like her mom said that she was always such an outgoing person. She was always so nice to people. And so A'lexas had a boyfriend. I don't know. I do not know his name, and even if I did, I would not say it on here. So he's just gonna be called the boyfriend. So she had a boyfriend. They dated for about a year and like I think 4 months. I might be wrong, but it's about that's so embarrassing. Oh my god, staring at me through the window. These people that go to my school, but we're just not gonna talk about that. So she was dating her boyfriend for about a year and 3 months. Her mom did not like her boyfriend because he was aggressive, and later after she passed, her friends came out and said that he was also abusive, which is very bad. He was extremely jealous and controlling. He he had moved to New York, so they had a long distance relationship, so everything was fine. Lex was still living with her mom, but then he decided to move back to where he lived, which was like in Alexis's town. I don't know where they lived at, it was never said. So he moved back to where Alexis was, but they didn't live together. And so they decided to live together. Her mom did not like the idea because when she first met him, like on their, I think first or second date, he was already like, it was like he was like forcing her to like want to be around him, and then she like he was all up on her and stuff. It was just a second date. He kept trying to keep her for longer and all stuff. So her mom did not like him, and also her mom like whenever they moved in together, her mom noticed that she started to have bruises on her. Yes, bruises, which is so sad because that means that she was getting abused by him. So sad. If you are abused, there's always, please get out the relationship because things will really get bad fast. But yeah, she was being abused by him. And they had moved in together. She was being abused by him, and her family was so close. So they was very sad that she had moved out because it was always so close. So she promised that every Saturday, no, it was sorry, I'm so sorry. Every Sunday they would Alexis would come to her parents' house, or her mom's house, with her three sisters, and they would okay, never mind, with her three sisters, and they would watch football. But the last 2 weeks of her life, there wasn't really any, like, she was very distant. She did not, she started not hanging out with her, with her family. Her mom said the last 2 weeks of her life, she probably seen her 2 times, and she said that she was very sad about that because it was very close. Like, that's not normal for them. But she was so distant. Her friends also did not see Alexis that often because they did not care to be around her boyfriend because he was very negative, controlling, jealous. You know how people do. You meet somebody and they just have that bad vibe, and every time you get around them, like, you're just like, you get an attitude and stuff because like their vibe is just like, he was one of those type of people. And so she wasn't really around much of her family. It was always just her boyfriend. And so it's so sad. I just feel so bad because she was such a sweet girl. And Alexis and her boyfriend had went to a restaurant. I think it's
Sorry
called like the
guys, I forgot to
Tilted
say it, but this all took
Hills,
place
I
on
think.
November
I'm not
19th,
sure. Sorry if I got
2017.
that wrong. But it was called something the Tilted. I just remember that. And witnesses said that they were seen to be arguing. Now this is not approved. Like, it's not. They don't know if it's true, but I believe that is true, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. But witnesses said they were seen to be arguing at the restaurant. So her boyfriend stormed out of the restaurant, and then Alexis stayed at the restaurant for about an extra hour. I don't know what she was doing. It was never said. She was just there. And then so she had went back home. Um, Her boyfriend still wasn't there. And she had called her sister, and her sister said that she sounded like she had been crying. So she asked her, was she okay? And Alexis was like, yeah. And she asked her where she was, and Alexis was like, she's at home. So her sister was like, okay, it's fine because she's safe. So they hung up. Sadly, that was the last time she'd ever get to talk to her sister, but they hung up. They got off the phone, and then Alexis's last call was to her boyfriend. It was, I think, at around 11 o'clock. I think 11:26. I think, I'm not sure though. It was around 11 p.m. and they talked for about, cell phone records show that they talked to her for around 2 minutes. And then her boyfriend didn't get home until like 2 or 3 a.m. and he was actually at a casino, so spending money, But that does explain why he was not there for so long. Because when you're at a casino, you tend to stay for way longer than attended because you're gambling. And so he came home, right, but he was locked out. So he called the police, and the police knocked on the door. There was no answer at all. But they did not go in the house. They did not check the house. They just, oh my god, it's so annoying. I wish they would have checked the house. That would have proved so much whether she was already passed or if her boyfriend did. That would prove so much. But so they just left. He was like, the boyfriend said that he just sleep in the car. So the police were like, okay, fine. And then I guess they were guessing that the next day, whenever Alexis woke up, that she would let him in. But that clearly did not happen. And then so at around a couple hours later, I think they said like 7 a.m. I'm sorry if I'm wrong about the times, and that is only because remember my last video I was reading it. I had just took notes on it, but I'm trying not to do that. I'm just trying to remember everything. So yeah, but Alexis, his boyfriend, had went through came through the kitchen window to I think it was like it was early. I think it was like 7:49. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. The times will be on the screen if I'm wrong. But and he had came in. He found Alexis on the floor. She was not breathing. He called the police. He thought that she committed suicide. So that's what he said to the police. Um, and then so he had called her mom and was like, when was the last time that you seen Alexis or spoke to her? And then so her mom had already got a really bad feeling. So then she called Alexis' phone, but Alexis didn't answer because she was deceased. So her boyfriend answered and told her mom that he found Alexis with blood coming out of her mouth, and her mom was like, "Is she okay?" He said no. And she said, Did she pass away?" And he said, "Yeah." So it was later determined that Alexis did not commit suicide. The police said that they believe that she did not commit suicide, that she was murdered. She had one single stab wound. I think it was to her stomach or something. She only had one stab wound, and so her boyfriend was arrested for murdering her, right? But there wasn't enough evidence, so he was freed because the next day because there wasn't enough evidence, and so her mom had rushed to the scene, like to where everything was happening, to Alexis's house or apartment, and she said that there was yellow tape everywhere. There was only one sheriff. There was no fire department. I mean, fire trucks or ambulance or anything. She said that it was the most. She was hurting so bad. She would have never imagined this happening in a million years, and she said that it was just very sad, and there was barely anyone there, and so she automatic they would not, and they also wouldn't let her in like the crime scene, and she also said that she automatically knew that this was not suicide, that Alexis was way too happy to commit suicide, which I absolutely believe. And then right after everybody found out about it, um, Alexis's friends came forward and was like he was very abusive. He hit her, and they argued a lot because Alexis after her and her boyfriend would argue, Alexis would call her mom and tell her about it and like just talk to her about it. Her mom didn't like that. Like she was fine with her talk to her about it, but she didn't like how much they argued, and so that was really bad. But so to this day, it's in the her friends had told the police that he was abusive, and that Alexis would, like, when they would argue, he would hit her, and she would call and ask to stay the night at her friend's house, and they would say yeah, of course. And she also said that her friends would she would tell her friends about being abused by him, or they would see bruises on her, and her mom also started to see bruises on her, which was very alarming to her. And she was like I already said, she was very distant and all that stuff whenever they moved in together. So those were all the signs. I don't know if I believe that he did it. I'm just not sure, because I hate saying like, oh, I think that this person did it, because then what if they didn't do it? Like, I don't know. Okay, like I 70% believe that he did it, and then 30% believe that he did it, because there's always just that chance. But I did believe that he did it. And so there was no coverage on the case. Nobody knew what happened, and well, everybody knew like that she got stabbed once, and they also could not rule out if she was had committed suicide, or if it was a homicide. So the cause of death is unknown still to this day. Now her family has an Instagram page. It's called justice.for.alexis. You guys should definitely go check out that Instagram page right now. I'll have it in the description box down below, but go check it out, please. And also, we need help. We need justice for Alexis. We really need to find out who did this. She was such a beautiful girl, and I just want to say her family is so strong. Her sisters are so strong. I'm so sorry for the loss of her. And that was basically this case. I want you guys to comment down below any other let me know any other cases that you guys want me to do, and I will do them. So just let me know, and please, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, comment down below something, and you should consider subscribing. And if you subscribe, turn on your post notifications, that way you can be notified every time I post a new video. Mwah. See you guys next time. Peace.